this is the application that we have created. So what I need to do for debugging, I have to click on F12, or I have to right click on this page, and there is a inspect option. Okay, so once I do the inspect, automatically the developer tools will be opened. So what I'll do, I'll place it in a footer. So for that, I'll click this dockside as a footer. Okay, after that I will uncheck this toggle device toolbar button. Okay, so now what I can see the username and password. So suppose if I want to debug on button click of login, I want to check on login how to debug the code. Okay, so for that, what I need to do, I need to go to the source tab. So source is a tab, and after that I have to search for a controller folder. Okay, so this is a controller folder where my login page, login page controller file is included. Okay, we cannot debug XML file, that's why XML file is not available here, only we can debug JS files. Okay, so if I want to open this login page.controller.js file, I have to double click. So once I open the login page.controller file, so I can see the methods which I've already created in a controller.js file for this login page. Suppose what if I want to debug, as soon as when I click on this login button, automatically the debugger should stop. So for that I have to set some of the breakpoints. So in order to set the breakpoints, so suppose if I want to set the breakpoint on line number 27, so I want to see in username value, what should be the value, or what value the variable username value is storing. So for that, what I'll do, I'll simply click on this line number 27, so that this blue color line, it indicates that the debugger point is set, the breakpoint is set on the line number 27. So same if I do for the 29 also, I have to click. For 30 also I have to click. That's it. Okay, so now what will happen, suppose if I want to execute this, so how it will be executed? So I can simply click on login button, because this function is not executed yet. So if I want to execute, I have to call I have to call this function, right? So for calling this function, or for triggering this function, I have to click on login button. So once I click on the login button, automatically the debugger will stop. Okay, but we have to make sure that this debugger is active. Okay, it's in the active state. If this debugger is deactive, if it's already like this in blue color, then your debugger will not stop. Okay, if I remove this, suppose I'm doing, so the debugger will be removed. So suppose what if I again click, so debugger will not stop. Oh, sorry, suppose I'll remove this. After that, if I again click on the login button, it will not stop, because we have deactivated the debugger. So in order to activate the debugger, make sure that it is active, the breakpoint, the button is active. And after that, the make sure that this color is dark in color, so that it means the debugger is active, and whatever the code is there, it's already saved. So once I trigger on login button, once I click on the login button, then my debugger point, it stops on line number 27. So what if I want to execute line by line? So if I want to execute line by line, I have to just click on the step over button. So only one step it will go downward. Okay, so after that, what if I want to check the value of username? So you can also see the value. So I'll expand this. So we can also see the value in the right hand side, whatever the value for the variable. But what if I want to perform anything on the username value? So what I'll do, I'll simply copy. After that, I will go back to the console. I'll clear this. I can paste. So here also, if I enter, Here also I would get to see the values. As of now it's empty. Okay, so what if I want to get what type of state the input field is having? Okay, so what I'll do, this is the ID of my input field. So it is the general syntax in order to get the reference of input field. So this syntax is holding the input field's ID. Okay, so when I paste in a console this dot getview dot by id in single quotes or in double quotes, you can pass the id that you have created for that input field. So this is our id, right? Maybe it's taking. Okay, fine. So what if I want to get the value from the input field, username input field? So till this line, so this is the basic syntax, and it's always need to be followed if you want to get the reference of any controller, sorry, any control. Okay, so what we have done, this dot getview dot by id, so this is nothing but this page reference, and getview is nothing but it will return the view associated with this controller, and after that dot by id. So we want to get the id from the view. So what id I want to get? So input fields id. So that's why I pass the input fields id in single quotes or double quotes, whatever you prefer. And so based on this, when I click enter, then I can see I'm getting one reference of a object. Okay, so this is the object I'm getting. So this is holding everything, the properties, the if I do any binding or the name, the id, everything you can get in this object. Okay, so this is a very important object. So what if I want to get the value? Okay, so there is also m properties. It's a m properties, but it is not a public method, it's a private methods. And uh, SAP says not to use the directly m properties in the application, because this is a it is a private methods and all. Okay, so what I can see the value, it is a property for the input field, and I can see there is no value, but value state I can see, right? Value state is error, because based on that button click, we are making sure that if the value is not present, we will make it as in red color. Okay, we'll set the border of input field in red color. So that's why I can see the value state is error. So those generic details related to the input field can be seen in this object. Okay, when I get the id like this, it will only return the input field's id, or so this contains all the information related to associated with our input field, like ids, the types, also properties, everything. Okay, so if there is any binding associated with this input field, that can also be displayed in this object. So now what we'll do, if I want to get the value, so I will follow the same thing. Okay, same methods I can use, what the methods which are associated with the input field, that we can easily found in the API reference. So for input field, if I want to get the value, I can simply write dot get. So debugger, so the console will automatically give us the different options which are already available for this input field. If I type value, then I can see automatically the option comes for that input field. So get value, it is a method which is already available for the input field. Once I click, and after that I have to, this is method, right? So for this, the parenthesis is compulsory. Okay, so if I give the parenthesis, if I enter, then I can see the same thing. Okay, empty, because there is no value at all. So what if I want to set the value inside the input field? There is also possibility to set the value inside the input field. Okay, set value method, the value should always be set in the form of string. Suppose if I'm setting the value as first name as, okay, if I hit enter, automatically the value would be updated in the username field. Okay, whatever the value I've set using the set value method, so that value is already available inside the input field. Okay, in input field control. So that is how you normally do the debugging. And what suppose, so now suppose I have to change something here, okay, on the debugging mode, because what I can see, I have to for my requirement I have to just cross check whether the value is accurate or not. Suppose if I'm checking the value, the username, it is the field, it is the variable in which the value is stored, right? So what I'll do, because this line of code is already executed, suppose if again I have to check, because already I've set the value as Alex, and if I want to change something from it, suppose if I want to check, instead of empty, I want to check if value is Alex. Okay, I'll write. So what will happen? So your debugger points are deactivated. Sorry. Now your debugger points are deactivated. Okay. So in order to activate it again, because what I've done, I've made some changes, right, in the console file, in the source file. So for that, the changes to reflect in the console, it will not reflect in your actual code. It will only be reflected in the console, means it is only a temporary. Okay, so it will be only stored in your console, not on your web by wherever you do the development. Okay, what if I want to save this? I have to press Control S. So if I press, automatically within a few seconds your code will be saved. Okay, so as soon as your code will be saved, automatically the debugger point again, it will move up, and after that automatically it will be set for the first line, because we changed something on the line number 28. So again the cursor moves to the first line of that function. Okay, so again if I want to execute, I'll follow the same thing. I will click on this step over button. So if I check the value in username, I can see, I can found out the value as a Alex, right, because we changed it through the console. So I can find out that Alex, it is a value for that username field. So now I'll check if user value is equal to Alex, then I will do the set value state as an error. Okay, so if I move forward, so if I want to execute everything, so what I'll do, I'll deactivate the breakpoints and simply click on this resume the script execution. Once I click, automatically the execution will stop, because the all the lines are executed in that function. And now I can see, please enter the username whatever we have written. Okay, so this is how the generic debugging we do in for any UI5 application. If I want to do, you can change the code on the runtime, and you can also bypass if any condition is there. So, and we can also change, or if I want to modify any input fields on the runtime, that can also be done. So I've already showed you how to change the value inside the input field, anything. So that is how we can do using the Chrome debug tools. Any questions in this?
Yeah, nothing much like this. SAP ABAP also same thing. We will put click on this. There is a red button like this. Then put there is a 5-year like one by one line. Then either you can do a code of line function and execute the last
Right,
icon
right.
like this,
It was easy,
like
right,
this, and
Sanjeev, for debugging?
Yeah, debugging is easy, not much, but where you are seeing actually there in SAP actually what happened, there is a window open where we can see
Right,
all the
right.
values, all these things, but here it is directly here, na?
Yes, yes,
Just
and it's very easy.
write to this.
Yes.
So, suppose I want to name the what is the value we have already there. So
Hmm.
just we have to click on that cursor on this, then it will show or what?
Right. Suppose what I have to do, suppose if I click on the login,
Hmm.
so what I'll do, this line of code is not executed, right, as of now. But if I want to check the value before execution, so what I'll do, I'll click on this. I'll select this much amount. I mean this much line. Once I select, automatically I can see the value. Okay.
Where it is? Where it? Oh, okay, Alex. Okay.
Only you need to select this line. Once you
Okay.
select this line, this much amount of line, so it will automatically gives you the value Alex. Okay. So this is how the debugging works. Or if I move one point, move one line of code, after that again if I want to check the value, username value, that I can already see, but explicitly if I want to see, if I hover on the username value, automatically it will also display me the value it holding. Okay.
Okay.
And if I want to perform anything, I would copy and I would paste it in console, and I can also do any modification if I want. Same what we have done. I get the value and I also try to set the value to the input field.
Oh, you have to write. So no, but in SAP you have just there is a edit button is there. So click on that, you can change that value. Anything.
We can simply write here. We can also, there is also way to if you want to test the application, that is also possible. So this is one kind of testing only, right? We just cross check what value I'm getting, and based on that, if any modification if I want to make in my business logic, that can also be done
Through in debugging runtime, but yeah,
yes
that
on the
cannot be done
runtime.
in
But
SAP.
only thing is that this code will not be saved in your
Yeah,
actual
obviously.
environment. Okay.
Yeah, obviously in SAP also because it in debug mode, how it will be
Right,
saved.
right.
Yeah, that I
Sometimes
know.
it happens now, we fix some code in debugging, while debugging, and we just forget to copy that code and
Yeah, no, but
yes.
there we cannot write like condition. We can change the value, but we cannot write any condition actually.
No, we can
In new development.
see, if I want to do everything, if I want to remove this, and if I want to add
No,
something.
I am telling in SAP actually.
Acha,
In
okay, okay,
EC30.
in SAP.
Okay. But nowadays there is another tool called edit above development tool actually, Eclipse.
Right,
There
right.
you can do, now they have given the function, if you debug in Eclipse, you can runtime also, you can do some coding. That means you can do the condition, all these things. Before that,
Right, right,
in SC38, in SAP screen, you cannot do that. Okay.
right. So this much was related to the debugging part. Okay. And so there is
Just
one more
send me the
topic.
yesterday. Yeah, tell me.
One more topic it was there for today, do's and don't in controller. What I'll do, I'll skip that topic. Why? Because there are so many things. First, you just need to understand. Once you understand
Yes.
those things, then only I'll take that topic.
Yeah.
Because otherwise it will not help you, right? There are so many things we haven't even covered, and how can I teach you that topic, do and don'ts one? You will not understand, because what should be the standard that need to be followed and what is not. So
Let
before
me
that,
go
once
through the.
you are clear with this part, the how to declare an overall statement, how to write the logic in controller, once you're ready with this, familiar with this, then it can be done, that topic. Okay, so this much is okay, right? So you can share your screen, Sanjeev, now. We'll check now.
Let's stop it today. Send me the video. Let me go through it once. Then
Okay.
we'll do it.
Okay, okay, okay. That should be fine then. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Yesterday I just missed out. I was actually